Good morning. Let's do another vlog. I haven't vlogged for like the last couple of weeks actually, so I've now been here for 6 weeks. 6 weeks now. That's gone really fast. So I've not vlogged the last couple of weeks because there's just not really been anything worth vlogging, if I'm being honest with you. Like nothing major has happened. I've just been continuing kind of where I left off with you guys. So focusing on my healing, focusing on my self-care, on just taking time to like slow down, settle into my new place, settle into new routines. I think it's been going well. Actually, I do feel like last week in particular, I feel like there was like a shift in me, like an energetic shift in that at one point, like I was really in I'm not like a dark place, but I was going through it. I was like very emotional. I was like struggling with the breakup, struggling with the move, like all that kind of thing. If you watched my last few vlogs, like you'll know I was very much like in my feelings for a while. But I don't feel like over that now, but I feel like the healing has been happening and I feel much better, much more positive. I had like a sudden thought pop into my head at one point last week where I just suddenly thought like I am so much happier than I've felt in ages. Like I don't know where that came from and it was just like a random thought that came into my head and yeah. So I think we're on the right path. I think I think it's still up and down and these things still take time, but I think that's a good sign that I'm moving through the process of healing and I'm heading in the right direction. So, with that in mind, I think this week I am going to try and focus on some more practical things like the goals that I set out. If you haven't watched like episode 1 of this little series, I'll link it here, but I set out like a bunch of goals that I wanted to achieve over the next 6 months, and I think I've not really focused on them much yet. There's a few I've kind of dabbled in, but I've not really put much of my energy into them because all my energy has been going into just like taking care of myself, I guess we could call it. Like healing, slowing down, all that stuff that I mentioned before. But I kind of feel like now I'm feeling okay and I'm feeling like I'm finally in that energy where I can start to focus on some of those goals. So that's what this week is going to be about. And first of all, this morning, very exciting, I have a consultation for egg freezing. So that's going to be the first step in my journey to getting my eggs frozen. So it's a telephone consultation, so I don't have to go anywhere. So she's going to call me in a little while. I also later in the week have my appointment for my ADHD referral. So that's like another big step health wise. That is kind of it health wise. Other things, I have started a new business venture. I've started a pet sitting business, which I'm super excited about, honestly. It's not something that I envision is going to make me a ton of money, to be honest with you. My motivation for starting it was more because when I was kind of struggling with the breakup and I was like crying myself to sleep every night, I kept thinking, I wish I had a dog here to cuddle. But I don't really have the lifestyle right now to get a dog myself. Like I've talked before about like I'm potentially thinking moving abroad, so now would be like a terrible time to get a dog. But I figured, do you know what, I'll start like a dog walking service, a pet sitting business, and I can just have other people's dogs love on me. I don't know why I never thought of doing it before because I love animals and I feel like it's something that I'm going to really enjoy. So I'm excited to get that off the ground. I put the ad up last week and I've been using an app called Pool Share, which is, no, Pool Shake, which is basically you just advertise your services as like a sitter and people can contact you through the app. And I've already had a couple of inquiries. So this afternoon I'm going to go meet a lady and her dog, and then if all goes well, I will be looking after that dog on Saturday. So that's exciting. I'm honestly like so excited to meet this dog. I've been really good with keeping on track with my finances. I've been doing my spreadsheet, keeping my budget up together and sticking to my plan to pay down my credit card debt. So I will update that spreadsheet today. I've been updating it on like Mondays and Fridays. So I update on Fridays as to everything I've spent during the week, but then I update it again on Mondays because weekends tend to be the time that I spend the most money. So it makes sense to kind of like take stock at the end of the weekend, if that makes sense. And then the only other thing that I really need to do is to work on this YouTube channel. I have so many videos that I need to edit and post. I'm so behind on like, I've been filming everything and I've been vlogging everything, but I've not actually been like posting them, and I'm like really behind on that. So I'm going to be talking about Christmas, and you're probably going to be watching this in like February at this rate. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can get my shit together and get all my backlog of vlogs out, and then we can go more like in real time. So I think I'll be doing a lot of editing this week. I've not put any effort back into my blog yet, but it's kind of started improving by itself. Like I've noticed a massive jump in traffic. Like it's not back at the numbers that it used to be, but it's just doing its own thing, and it just seems to be the numbers are just going up by themselves, and that directly means that my income goes up because with my blog, I make money through ads on my site and through people clicking the like affiliate links. So yeah, the more page views I get, both of those numbers are going up, even though I'm not putting out any new content. So I'm kind of happy to just let that sit and do its thing at the moment. I don't know why the page views have started going up, and I'm kind of worried that if I start putting out new content, it's gonna like screw that up again. So I'm kind of just leaving that for a while, and I'm focusing on YouTube, even though YouTube is like my new platform and I'm a long way off of like it being monetized. I'm still, I still need to put in the work now, and I know that I'll get the benefits at some point in the future. So yeah, that's the plan for this week. Those are the goals we are working towards. Excited for the week, excited to crack on and make some progress. So I just had my call with the egg freezing clinic, and I got a little bit emotional, not during the call, but like afterwards. I just like suddenly had like this wave of emotion hit me. So I'm just sitting here now with a cup of tea, like trying to process everything. I wasn't expecting to get emotional about it. I think up until this point, I've been feeling very like, I don't even know what the word is, pragmatic about it. Like very, just every time I've spoken about it to people, I've just been very matter of fact, and I've not really thought about the emotional impact of getting my eggs frozen. Like I've very much been thinking of it as like just a thing you do and it's not a big deal. But I don't know, maybe it's just because now I've spoken to a professional about it, it suddenly feels a bit more real, and it just like, yeah, the emotional impact of it hit me. So like, there's just there's so much to consider. Like, there's so much that goes into it. Like, I know it's going to take an emotional toll on me. It's going to take a physical toll on me. It's going to take a financial toll. And I think it's also just hit me as well that I have to do this alone. Like, I guess I'm just sad that I don't have like a partner to support me in all this. And like, that's a little dramatic. I know I'm not like alone. Like, I'm very lucky that I have like amazing friends and family. Like, I can literally think of like 10 people just off the top of my head who, if I said like, hey, I need you to come with me to get this procedure done, like they would be there in an instant. And I know I'm lucky to have that kind of support around me. But I still feel like this whole process would be easier with a partner by my side to support me as well. But it is what it is. It's just not the way things have worked out. It is literally not even 4 p.m. and look how dark it is in here. Like, I'm gonna get seasonal depression. I hate winter. Anyway, I'm off now to go meet this lady and her dog. And if all goes well, I'm gonna be pet sitting for the doggo on Saturday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this. I feel really good about this little business venture. I really hope it works out for me. So I just got back from meeting the lady and her dog. The dog was so cute, a little terrier, very, very friendly, very cute. Yeah, it went really well, and I've got my first client. I've got booking is for Saturday, so I'm gonna go over there at like 5 and then just stay till midnight, keeping the dogs company basically. I honestly can't wait. I'm literally gonna take my laptop with me and like get some work done whilst I'm there, so it's kind of like an opportunity to be productive as well. I just feel like this is just such a fun little side hustle for me. I'm really excited about it. And also because this is just going to be like extra money, I'm thinking like I'm not even going to put this money in like my spending account. It can just go straight towards paying off my credit card or straight towards my egg fund. Um, so that's great. I feel like we've made progress. I feel like this is a nice step towards some of those goals. I was feeling a bit down earlier, but I've cheered up now. Like I knew that that would be the way. Like I literally just need a dog in my life to cheer me up. And it sounds like if this goes well, this could potentially be like a repeat client as well, because she was saying she's had like a lot of trouble with pet sitters before. So if I play my cards right, this could be like a regular gig for me. So that's good. She was really funny actually. Like she was a lovely lady, but I told her where I live because I was like telling her that it would literally only take me like 2 minutes to walk from hers from mine, and she was like, "Oh, I know so many people who live on that road," and she literally started telling me like everyone's business. Like I haven't met any of my neighbors yet, but I now know all of their business. So that was interesting. That's actually perked me up. So I'm gonna crack on now with a bit of editing, and I'd say yeah, it's been a good start to the week. So I've basically been editing all night. It's about 9 p.m. now, and I got quite a bit of work done, so I'm glad. I think that video should be finished tomorrow, so I'm gonna start winding down for the evening. I've been staying up really late lately, and it's kind of like messed up my sleep routine a little bit. Like I've been staying up until like the early hours of the morning and then waking up really late, which I don't really like doing that, so I don't know why I've been doing that. So I'm gonna try and settle down now, get a decent night's sleep. Gonna go make myself a sleep time tea and read my book for a while, and that's it, I think. Good morning. I am still in bed drinking my coffee, so excuse the absolute state of my hair. My alarm went off at like 6:30 this morning, and I just turned it off and went straight back to sleep. So I ended up sleeping in a lot later than I thought. But I'm trying not to beat myself up about it because I think like I wouldn't be sleeping if I didn't need it. Like my body obviously needed to sleep more, so it's all good. The weather is still really grim outside, so I don't know if I'm going to go out today or not. Like I feel like I should go out because I'm just going to go insane if I'm just inside these four walls all the time, and my step count over the last few days has been abysmal. So I do feel like I should go out for a walk, but also the weather is just absolutely grim, so horrible, and I kind of just want to stay cozied up inside. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel as the day goes on. So I was reading my book last night, and I've been reading again this morning in bed. I I finished reading Single on Purpose by John Kim, which I think I talked about before in one of my previous vlogs. I've been reading that. I really enjoyed it in the end. I was told like by a friend who she'd read it when she went through a breakup, and she recommended it to me, and she just said like read this book, it's just gonna like change your perception on what it is to be single. And I don't know if it was like as groundbreaking as that, but I did enjoy it. It was really about like taking the time to like become a whole and complete person on your own, and kind of like I guess the whole idea is like decentering relationships in your life. So it's not like your life doesn't revolve around being in a relationship. Instead, you're a whole and complete person without that. And then a relationship is just like a nice to have, like it's an add on to your life, not the be all and end all. I really liked that as a concept because I do think a lot of times just in society and like, you know, in the media and movies and stuff, it's just kind of always portrayed that like the relationship is like the end goal, the happy ending, you know, like think of practically every like Disney film ever. It's always like, you know, you get the prince and ride off into the sunset. Yeah, this is more of the concept of like, that's just like a nice extra thing. Like you can have a really great life by yourself. Like you don't have to be alone, but like if you are, it doesn't make you a failure as a person, and it doesn't make your life any less like meaningful, any less fun, enjoyable. So I really liked it. I did like the concept of the book, and it talked a lot about like getting in tune with your body and like just being more living in the present moment rather than like being stuck in the past or anxious about the future. The guy who wrote it was really into like CrossFit and stuff, so he talks about that a lot, but it kind of made me think about like how I've been doing my hot yoga lately and how much that's been kind of helping my overall like well-being, not just like on a physical level but like mental well-being as well. So yeah, it's a good book. I definitely recommend it. So I finished reading that, and then last night I was reading Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers by Tam Carr, who is like one of my absolute favorite YouTubers. Like I love her kind of tough love approach, and I wasn't really sure what to expect of her book because I think I've bought books before that have been like written by content creators that I really like, and even though I like their content, that doesn't necessarily always mean that they're great book writers. Like I'm trying not to be like salty to anyone or whatever, but like, do you know what I mean? Like I feel like you can be very eloquent on camera, but that doesn't necessarily make you a great writer. But with this one, it is so well written. So she's obviously someone who is both great speaking out loud and in writing. Good for her, honestly. Really enjoying it so far. I'm only on I think I started chapter 3 last night. So far, I'm really liking it. Again, it's a similar kind of vibe. It's all about self love and self worth and like focusing on yourself. It's kind of like she talks about a lot of this stuff in her content. So if you've ever watched her content, it's like a very similar vibe and kind of just like more, I guess, a little more in depth into some of the stuff that she already talks about in her channel. Definitely enjoying that. I will give it a more thorough review once I've finished reading it, but those are 2 books that I've been reading at the moment and I'm very much enjoying. This evening, something quite exciting is happening. I have my first ever call with a life coach. So my friend Jess, I will pop her details down below, but she's a life coach. She has a coaching program. She's had this program for a while, but she's kind of not redoing it, but like she's adding in a few more new techniques and stuff. So she asked me if I wanted to kind of basically be like a beta tester for this like 2.0 version of her coaching package. So really excited about that because, well, I'm happy to like help out my friend and give her testimonial and like help her refine her style and whatnot. But also I'm just like excited for me. Like when she reached out to me, I was like, oh, I think this is like the perfect thing for me. She specializes in sort of helping like women around my age, like who are potentially like entrepreneurial business owners, but also like want to focus on stuff in their personal life. I think basically just what she does is a really good fit for me and where I am right now. So I think that's going to be good. And I think it's going to be a really good way to stay accountable with my goals. Like obviously at the moment I'm doing like these vlogs and that's kind of my way of staying accountable, but I think it will also be really fun to like have a person that I can like check in with. I'm very excited for that. I've never done life coaching before. Like I've done a lot of therapy. Like you guys know I talk about my therapist all the time, but like I think obviously life coaching is different from therapy, and I don't think one will interfere with the other too much. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I genuinely don't know what to expect. I feel like this week's vlog is going to be a very chatty vlog because the weather is crap and I just don't want to leave the house. Like yesterday I barely left the house. Today I don't think I'm going to leave the house. So it's going to be less of a watch me do stuff kind of vlog and more of a like, let's just chat like we're on FaceTime kind of vlog. But I don't know. I like those kind of vlogs. Hopefully you do too. Feel free to let me know. Every day I'm waking up and there's all these leaves everywhere. Like, this plant is dropping leaves like crazy. I don't know why. And I'm really sad. I hope he's not dying, because I've had this plant for years and he was absolutely fine until I moved him in here. And it's literally just like this amount of leaves, if not more, every morning. But like, I'm keeping him watered. He's not in direct light because I know he doesn't like that. I'm not a very like green fingered person. This is the only plant I've ever been able to actually keep alive for this long. So I don't really know what to do. I don't think I've not changed the amount I'm watering him. The only thing I can think is that I've got him next to my electric heater. And I don't know if when I put the electric heater on, it's getting too hot for him. If anyone knows more about plants and can help me, please leave it in the comment, because I'm kind of freaking out that he's going to die. So I've just been doing some editing for the last couple hours. When I woke up this morning, I did not want to do anything. Like, I had absolutely zero motivation, and I think it's because the weather has been so terrible over the last few days. Like, right, this is gonna sound dramatic, but honestly, I feel like when the skies are grey, it literally makes me feel like my whole world is grey. Like, I know that's melodramatic, but like, it just affects my mood so badly. So I've got my sad lamp that I'm using. Let me turn you around and I can show you. Like, I've just got it set up on my desk. It's called the Lumi sad lamp, and it's so cool. It's like the size of an iPad, and which makes it like portable. You can take it with you. So sometimes when I go traveling, I'll just like throw it in my bag. But I'm going to pop my link for that in the description, because it's a game changer. Like, if you suffer from any kind of seasonal depression, or just like bad weather affects your mood or whatever, like, I cannot recommend it enough. It's just, yeah, like I said, I woke up this morning and I was feeling like so unmotivated to do anything, so like down and like a bit lethargic and like sluggish, and I've just sat with this on for an hour and now I've got all the energy in the world. I've just been editing the last of my travel vlogs, and then I'm just gonna sit here now with a cup of tea, watch it through one last time. I always like to like watch it through in full before I upload it, just to like make sure I haven't missed any like stupid mistakes or like done something weird, like just to make sure the video is fine, basically, like a final check. So I'll do that now. Yeah, and then that's the last of my travel vlogs, and then I'm going to switch up my content and start posting. Well, obviously, if you're watching this, I've already done it, so this is like a few episodes in, but I'm going to start posting this series of vlogs that I've been doing. At this point in time, as I'm filming, I haven't actually posted any of them yet, even though this is like episode 4 or 5, I think. I have edited a few of them. I don't know, there's like something holding me back from posting them, just because, I mean, I've been doing like content creation now for, I want to say like 12 years, but it's never really been in the lifestyle niche. Like, I've never done kind of anything too personal, or like, yeah, I feel like I've always kind of been talking about a specific subject. Like, before I was a travel blogger, I was a fashion blogger. So again, I'm like just not talking about myself. I'm giving value and like talking about clothes and fashion and whatnot. And then as a travel blogger, again, I'm like, I'm not talking about anything personal about myself. I'm just talking about like, hey, here's this cool place you can visit. Here's some cool things you can do while you're there. Here's a cool hotel. Like, it's, yeah. So now that I'm kind of vlogging and talking about myself, like, hopefully still giving some kind of value, but also like it is more personal, and it's more of a like, I don't know, like, I don't even know what the niche is now. I'm saying lifestyle, but is that even a niche? I don't know. It just feels a little more vulnerable. It feels a little more like putting yourself out there, rather than any of the content that I've ever done in the past. And I think there's like a little part of me that's like scared to be seen. And I think especially because I've been talking about some really personal things. Like, I've been talking about heartbreak and depression and fertility, and I'm sure some other deep things. I don't know, it feels a bit like weird to suddenly kind of put all that out on the internet, but I'm hoping it goes down well. it's been really, I've really enjoyed documenting everything and like making these vlogs. Like, even if I never do post them, I mean, if you're watching this, I obviously got over it and I did post them, but like, just thinking out loud to myself now, even if I never post them, I think even just like the act of recording these vlogs and making them for myself has been very therapeutic. So it's not a waste of time. I think I will post them now. It's just a little scary. I don't know what it is, like a fear of being seen, or like I'm scared someone's gonna leave mean comments, because like even before when I was doing my travel content, people would leave mean comments, but I didn't really take it personally because it's like, okay, you don't like this place that I'm talking about, like that has no effect on me. But if people leave like mean comments on this content, I feel like it's going to be more like aimed at me, if that makes sense. I'm hoping people won't be mean. I think in general, YouTube, from my experience as like a consumer rather than a creator, YouTube feels like a more like supportive place than like say Instagram or TikTok, but we'll see. We'll find out. Anyway, yeah, I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but I'm going to watch my video, post it, and then the next video I post will be this new content, if I'm brave. And then I think after that I will do a bit of meal prepping. Like, I want to make my dinner early so that it's ready for after I've done my life coaching call this afternoon. And then I might also prep breakfast for the next few days as well, because breakfast is the meal that I tend to skip. So I think it makes sense to plan ahead and just have it there ready, and then I'll be more inclined to eat it because I won't want to waste it. So I ended up making like 4 burritos, which is like way more than I meant to make. I think I'm still getting used to like just cooking for one person. So I guess that's going to be dinner for the next few nights. But then I don't know if you can reheat burritos because of the rice. But I guess I can eat cold burritos. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I guess that's what I'm eating for the next few days. So my life coaching call went really well. It was good. It was, I don't know if fun is the right word, but it was interesting, and I definitely think it's like a good fit for me and for like where I'm at. Yeah, I've come off it and I'm kind of like in a really happy, positive mood now, kind of buzzing. Yeah, she's gave me some homework, so I've got to add that to the to-do list for this week, but I think it will take me a while to do it, so I do need to like actually schedule some time to do it, but I'm happy to do it, all for the progress. I think it's going to help me. I think it's going to help me with my goals, it's going to help me work through some things. It was still kind of like a getting to know you session, so she just asked me like a bunch of questions and stuff, and like I already kind of know her anyway, like we're acquaintances because we're both in the same group for like it's like a female entrepreneur membership that we're a part of. So I have like met her at events before, and we have like group calls every now and again. So I do like know her, but we like got to know each other on like a coach and client basis. Um, I think she's a really good fit for me. Like, even if I didn't know her previously, I like her vibe. We have some similar interests. Like, we have similar ways of viewing the world, and like she really made me feel better about some things. Like, at one point I was saying like one thing I really struggle with is the fact that I have so many different passions and that I tend to like start lots of different projects and I jump from one thing to the other, and I like never stick with things. I never see things through. Like, I was being quite down on myself, and she kind of pointed out that that's like a judgment that I have about myself, and who says we have to do just one thing for our whole lives? Like, she made the point that like there's no rich person on earth who only does one thing. Like, they all have their fingers in multiple pies. And then when you look at it that way, it's like, oh yeah, why shouldn't I have multiple projects? She's already changing my perspective on stuff. And then after that, I finished off my video, so I've uploaded that now. So I'm really happy that that's done and over with. So I think I'm just gonna wind down for the evening now. I made my dinner earlier. I'm gonna have my CBD drink to kind of get me chilled for the evening, so I'm feeling quite hyped up. I'm gonna watch a film because that was on my self-care list for last week. I can't remember if I mentioned before, but I've started like on my weekly to-do list adding in a section for like self-care activities, and I've been listing out like 3 or 4 self-care activities to like fit in during the week. So last week I put watch a film on there, and then I never actually did it. So I've moved it to this week. So I think we're gonna do that tonight. And is this weird? But I'm really, for some reason, have like a craving to watch Halloween Town. Like, do you remember that old Disney movie? It's December. I I don't know why I want to watch a Halloween movie in December, but I do. So I'm gonna. Yeah, today went really fast. Really, really fast. But I'm happy with today. I think I'm moving forward. I think I've made some progress. I think starting this life coaching is a big step forward. I just like have a good feeling about it, you know. So today was another successful one, and now I'm just gonna wind down for the evening. Good morning. I am just gonna sit here and do my makeup whilst I chat to you. So if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my mirror. And I always give like the disclaimer whenever I'm doing makeup, like, do not copy me because I do not know what I'm doing. So yeah, just I'm doing my makeup because it's something to do whilst I chat to you, but this is in no way or shape a makeup tutorial or a how-to of any kind. Just want to put that out there. Like, that is one of my goals, is to learn how to do makeup, but I've literally been doing the same makeup routine since I was a teenager, and it's like so basic. Like, I don't know how to contour, I don't use bronzer or anything like that. It's like the most basic bitch makeup routine, and it's all I know, so give me grace. I woke up in like such a good mood today. I actually woke up before my alarm went off, so I woke up naturally at about like 6:30 this morning, and I just felt like completely rested and like ready to start my day, which is quite unusual for me, really. So I actually got up before my alarm went off. So I usually set my alarm for like 6:45, and then I'll like snooze it until like 7 or later, if I'm being honest. But no, today I was like, okay, well, I'm up, I'm awake, I might as well just get up. So I had a nice like leisurely morning routine. I had what I call my ideal morning routine, which for me, I don't know, it might not be everyone's ideal morning routine, but for me, an ideal morning routine is like starting off so slow, and like I like to get my coffee, and I literally like to just sit in bed with my coffee for a good like 30 to 40 minutes and just either read or watch YouTube. So today I was watching YouTube with my coffee, just like, I don't know, I think for the longest time, social media kind of had me believing that I needed to be like up and like lifting weights at 6 a.m., you know, like in order to be my best version of myself. But I think I've just realized recently that this is what I mean, like what is going on here? I don't know. But yeah, I think I've just realized recently that, I don't know, that just doesn't work for me. That like getting up and immediately like go, 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 like achieve, 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 like that to me unsettles my nervous system. I feel like I need to ease myself into the day, and I need to take things slowly. And since I've kind of come to terms with that, I've just been happier, honestly. Like, I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like people on social media really just make it seem like there's one way, like everything is like a one size fits all. And it's like, okay, the perfect morning routine is get up at 6 a.m., go to the gym, drink a gallon of water, do this, do that, do whatever, do like this 10-step skincare routine. Like, and if that works for you, that's great. And like, I wish I could be that person, honestly. But like, if it doesn't work for you, don't beat yourself up about it, because it isn't a one size fits all. It's like everything, you know, everybody's different. Things that work for one person might not work for another person. One person might get up, go to the gym, and that sets them up for their day because they feel like they've achieved something already. They feel so energized. They feel like just pumped up. But for another person, they could do the exact same routine and it leaves their nervous system feeling dysregulated, or it leaves them feeling like on high alert in fight or flight mode. Like, And for those kind of people like that, and people like myself, like, I really do think just taking a slower approach to life, just, there's no harm in it. There's no shame in needing to take things slower. So that's just my musings for this morning. So I've had a lovely, lovely slow morning. I think I'm just feeling in a good mood because I feel like this week has just gotten off to a really good start. Like, we're only on Wednesday morning and already I have secured my first client for my new pet sitting business. I have taken the first step in my egg freezing journey. I have edited and uploaded a YouTube video, and I've started life coaching. Like, that feels like a lot for 2 days worth of stuff. I definitely feel like I've kind of shifted up a gear. Like, something's shifted, and I'm just feeling, I've been taking things slow, and I will continue to take things slow. But I do feel like I'm in a place now where I can start actively moving the needle on some of my goals. And I think I've been achieving that. And I'm feeling really good about it. So I guess my focus now is really like shifting a little bit from just healing and now into more healing and doing. So I wanted to put makeup on today because I want to do some filming. Today is the day I am finally going to sort out the shoes, which, if you've seen my other videos, you'll know I've literally been saying since the day I moved in here that I need to organise my shoe collection, because it's just in, all my shoes are in this massive suitcase and these 4 bags behind it. And frankly, I can't live like that. I need sorting. But I don't think I've given an update on the room in a while. So I've been here 6 weeks now, and I think I've gotten it to a point where I feel really at home here. It feels really cozy. Someone came in the other day and they were like, oh my gosh, it's so like homely in here. And like, that's what I was going for, like a really homely, cozy space. Because even though I don't plan on being here long, I think it's still important in the meantime to like cultivate that space for myself where I do feel like safe and secure and comfortable. So I think I've done a good job of that, if I do say so myself. So yeah, really, everything is organized now. I've taken so much stuff to donation. I've gotten rid of so much stuff. I've decluttered like my life depends on it. And now all that is left is the shoes. So I'm going to sort out the shoes today, and I'm going to film that for another video, which is why I'm putting makeup on. I realised I went off on a tangent there. That was my original point, was I'm putting makeup on because I'm going to film a video where I organise my shoes. But yeah, I'm just feeling a lot more at home here. Like, if you watched like the first vlog I did when I was first moving in, you'll know like how anxious I felt that first week and how like I felt like I just didn't want to be here at certain points. But no, I feel like I'm really making a little home for myself now. Feels really good to say that. One thing I've been loving is my new Friday night routine, which is basically, I've been going to my hot yoga class, and then I get home from hot yoga around like 8 p.m. I will take a shower, put my hair in like a hair mask or something, and then I come in here and I make it like so cozy, like put the lamps on so we've got like a nice ambient lighting. I light my candles. I've been burning oil. I've been burning this cinnamon oil at the moment, which is like, for this time of year, that is like my favorite scent. It is so good. So I'll light my candles, burn my oil, get it like so cozy, put on my pajamas, and then I will just like eat something really yummy. Like, I usually have like a treat on a Friday night. I'll eat something yummy and I will watch a comfort show. So I've been rewatching Modern Family. I think that is like my ultimate comfort show. So when I was younger, definitely my comfort show was Friends. Like, you can tell I'm a 90s girl, but I used to love Friends, but I think Modern Family is like taken over that now. So I'm like rewatching the whole 10 or 11 series, 11 series from start to finish. I think I'm on like series 9 now, so I've been doing this for a while. But yeah, so I'll come home and I'll like get all cozy in my pajamas with my candles. I've had my hot yoga, and like, I don't know, to some people that might be a really boring Friday night, but for me it has just been like such a perfect wind down. And it's something I like never had before where I was living before. Because we were always like in work mode all the time. There was just no no time for that like cozy, just relaxing, doing nothing kind of vibe. And I think that was something that was like, again, dysregulating my nervous system. So I think now that I've made like that routine, and that's part of my weekly routine, I think it's just helping me feel so much more like settled. Like, I don't know, like it's just giving me a sense of peace, which I didn't have before. And I think a big part of that is the fact that I've been able to make this space my own. My lashes are looking ridiculous and I can't find my lash comb. I'm getting them done tomorrow anyway, but you know when it's like your lashes are due and they start like going off in different directions and like you've got gaps missing, like that's literally what mine are like at the moment. But yeah, so after I film my video and have organised my shoe collection, hopefully I will still have some time left in the day, like still a bit of daylight, and I think I'm gonna take my laptop and I'm gonna go to Starbucks and I'm gonna go work in Starbucks for the afternoon, just for like a change in scenery and because I can walk through the park on my way there. So that's kind of a walk and a change of scenery, like getting me out of the house as well. So I think that's the plan for today. I actually don't think this lip colour was the right choice, but I've like committed now. Alright, well, that's me done, and I'm gonna crack on with this shoe project. Okay, what do you guys think of this outfit? Like, I'll be honest with you, I am not a jeans girl. This is literally the first time I've owned a pair of jeans in about 15 years, and I have absolutely no idea how to style them without looking like just really boring, I guess. Like, I just, I don't know. So the jeans are new. They're from Zara. They're the Zara Sculpt jeans. I got them in a size 12, which is typically bigger than what I usually wear, but they do fit perfect, I would say. They looked better in the store. I'm a bit bloated today. Like that burrito last night was a mistake. But I got this was just like a little £5 Primark top, but again, not a style I would usually wear. I've never tried this neckline before. I think I like it though. One thing I will say though is and this is a problem I have with a lot of clothes, they get really big on like the armpits and the shoulders of tops never fit me and I think it's because I've got like quite big boobs on quite a small frame. So if I'm like, if it fits in this area, it's going to be too big in this area. And that's like a problem I have all the time. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this look. So I've been experimenting a lot with my personal style and trying to find something that works for me. I don't know if this is it, but I'm glad that I've kind of got out of my comfort zone and I'm trying something new. I will say the jeans are a lot more comfortable than I expected them to be. Maybe I need to accessorize more, like dress it up a little bit. I don't know. Feel free to leave me any style tips because I'm at a loss. I don't know how to style jeans. Okay, so I finished organizing my shoes. I am so glad that that is like another big task that is off of my to-do list. Like that's another one that's like, it's just been like on my to-do list for weeks now, and I'm glad it's finally done. I have such momentum this week. Like I'm just getting shit done. I'm like, we need to keep this energy. But I wanted to show you real quick what I have done. So this is the corner of my room that, if you remember before, had a suitcase and a bunch of bags. So I actually got rid of about 20 pairs of shoes, and then out of the ones that are left, I've got these here, which I don't really like the way they are. I like it. This to me still looks like clutter, so I think at some point I'm gonna have to get a shoe rack. And then over here, like just in this little recess area by my door, because these are kind of like my everyday shoes, the ones I grab the most, so I wanted them like right by the door. That kind of made sense to me. And then I also have like a box in the wardrobe, which is also full of shoes. So I think I kept about 16 pairs, which is really good for me. There was a point in time where I had over 100 pairs of shoes, so that is very much downsized. But yeah, like I said, this area, this whole corner of the room is still driving me insane. If you look up here, like what is that? So these are all the bags of clothes and now shoes that I need to sell. So they need to go. I'm just waiting for people to buy them. And obviously now I've got the shoes as well. So I need to put those on Vinted. And I've just realised I think actually a couple of those bags still need to go on Vinted as well. And then I've just got my suitcase up on top. Like, so this looks so crazy and so cluttered. And then I feel like this area still looks really cluttered. These 3 bags are to go for donations. I just need to do that at some point. So once they go, that'll look a little better. But I think this whole area, it's still a mess. Like, it's kind of more of an organised mess, but it's still a mess. To me, my brain just sees that as clutter. So I think I'm going to have to buy some kind of shoe rack or storage unit of some variety that can go in this space. But I think it does look better. Like, it's an improvement, even if it's not perfect just yet. I think we are getting there. And that's like the last corner of my room that was still bothering me. Everything else is perfect and how I want it. If I don't start selling those clothes soon, I might just end up donating them all just to get rid of them, honestly, because I just don't want them in my space anymore. And like, it's annoying because they're like good quality stuff and I'm like, I see the value in them and like, I'm thinking like, oh, but I could sell them. Like, potentially I could be getting money. Like, but then it's kind of like weighing up, like, is the potential monetary value worth having them just hanging around in my space and like the stress that's causing me? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know how much longer I'm going to leave it, but I should probably set like a cut-off point and be like, okay, if they're not gone by like X date, then I'm just going to donate them. That actually took so much longer than I thought, and it's getting quite late now and I'm starving, so I need some lunch, and then hopefully there's still a bit of daylight left for me to go out. Like, it gets dark. Honestly, it starts getting dark at like 3 p.m. these days. So hopefully if I eat lunch quick, hopefully I should still be able to go for a walk in the park. Good morning. Yeah, so yesterday I did get yesterday I didn't get much work done in the coffee shop in the end because, well, first of all, their Wi-Fi was really slow. And then I was trying to connect it to my hotspot, and then for some reason that wasn't working either. And then my friend called me, so I actually just ended up on the phone with him for over an hour, I think, which was really nice. Like, it wasn't what I'd planned to do, but I hadn't spoken to this friend in a while, so it was nice to catch up, and I'm kind of glad that that's how it went in the end. Also, I'm still glad I went out. Like, it got me out of the house. It did start to rain a little bit as I was walking, so I didn't go through the park in the end, which is a shame. And then like yesterday evening, I was just like editing all night. Like, I just got home, started editing, and just got in the zone with it. And like, all of a sudden, before I knew it, it was like 11 p.m. So yeah, I went to bed quite late last night and then did not want to wake up this morning. Today is a busy day, so I'm going to go get my nails done, ready for Christmas. I think I know the design I want, so we'll just see if she's able to do it, but I'm very excited about that. I love getting my Christmas nails done. And then this afternoon, I've got my appointment with the GP to talk about my ADHD diagnosis. So I'm hoping that I'll have some time to come back here in between, grab some lunch, and then I just want to sit down and write out what I want to say to the doctor, because people keep asking me, like, why do you think you have ADHD? And whenever anyone asks me that, my mind just goes blank. And I literally forget like every symptom of ADHD and like how I experience them. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Which in itself I feel is really ADHD coded. But I need to not do that when I talk to the doctor today. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to take some time to like sit and like write out exactly like the things that I'm struggling with. Just so I'm not like caught on the spot when the doctor asks me. And then hopefully this evening I can do a bit more editing again. But I do need to leave now. So I need to finish my coffee and I gotta go. Okay, so I think this plan is just getting worse and I'm getting really concerned for him now. Like, I don't know, because these leaves at the top to me, these look healthy. Like, he looks okay. But then you start getting down here and we've got like dead leaves. You can see they're starting to turn brown. And I scooped up a bunch of leaves off the floor this morning, and then I've come back this afternoon, and all these are new leaves that have just been dropped today. I really do think that it's because I've been keeping the electric heater like here, so I've just like pulled it out. So I think I might try and move the electric heater over to this side of the room now that we've cleared up all the bags of shoes. But then I don't know where these shoes are going to go because I don't have a shoe rack yet. These are still the bags that I need to take to donation, which are honestly driving me a little bit crazy. This whole corner of the room is just driving me insane. This is all stuff that needs to either go to donation, or the stuff on top of the wardrobe is stuff that needs to be sold. But I think if I can move my little electric heater here, figure out somewhere to put these shoes for now, I'm hoping that might save my plant, because I've had this plant for years and I will be so sad if he dies. Okay, so I've moved it over now and it actually doesn't look bad here at all. And I think once these bags are gone, I will actually still have room for some kind of, I don't know if a shoe rack, because obviously I still want to be able to open these drawers and the wardrobe door. But I think I can get some kind of storage unit to keep my shoes on, which should fit in that space still. Hopefully that is going to help the situation and my plant is going to feel a bit happier now that the heat isn't kind of blowing directly on him. His name is Bernie, by the way, so pray for Bernie, guys. Excuse my hair. I went and got a facial this morning and my face is still really oily, so I've combed all my hair back. I'm just trying to keep it off my face, so it looks a bit crazy at the moment, but whatever, it is what it is. My skin after that facial though, I feel like I'm glowing. I'm so happy. I usually get the Casey facials, which is the ones where they run the electric current through your face and it tightens up your muscles and produces collagen and all that sort of thing. I usually get those every 3 to 4 weeks and I love them. I swear by them. I've been doing them now, I think just over a year now. But today I got a different facial because I got my Botox done 2 weeks ago. I can't have the Casey facial for until it's been 4 weeks since my last lot of Botox. So I had to choose a different facial today. So I chose, it's called the Elemis Hydrating Facial, and it was just really nice. And it included a head massage, arm, shoulder sort of massage as well. It was lovely. Just put this mask on my face, and yeah, like I said, I feel like I'm glowing now, and I'm loving it. So that was my morning. Well, that wasn't my whole morning, but let me catch you up on yesterday because I stopped vlogging yesterday. I cannot talk today. I'm tripping over my words so much. So I got my nails done yesterday and the appointment took longer than I thought because I forgot that I'd also booked in my lashes and my brows. So it ended up being a 3 hour long appointment. So I didn't have any time to come back here and have lunch. So I quickly grabbed a coffee and wrote a few notes as what I was going to say to the doctor when I was having my conversation with him about ADHD. And then, so I kind of that was literally just 15 minutes in the coffee shop and then I had to go to the appointment. Got to the appointment, the doctor was so lovely. I don't know what I was so worried about. He was so understanding, so nice. I kind of read out my list on my phone to him and he was straight away yeah, that's more than enough for you to have a referral to an ADHD specialist. And then he told me the waiting lists for the NHS at the moment are years long, but he said there's this thing called the right to choose where you can ask to be referred to a private clinic, but still have it funded by the NHS. So he told me to use that and he's referred me to a private clinic, which still has quite a long waiting list. So it's still going to be a couple, potentially 3, 4, even 6 months before I see a specialist. But if I'd have just gone to an NHS specialist, then it would have been years, which is ridiculous. It's kind of crazy that they are allowing that situation to happen and allowing people to wait years for something like this. But yeah, I'm just really thankful that the doctor told me about this other option, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. That was just really positive, really, really positive experience. Really glad that I did that. I feel really good that it's like ticked off my list, because it's kind of been like hanging over me for ages, and I just feel like it's the step in the right direction. I know it's like a really long process and it's going to be a while before, I mean, who knows, it might even be like years before I'm like medicated, but it's a start, so it's something. And then after my appointment, I went to the receptionist to change my address, and she was sort of like putting my details in, and then she sort of reminded me that I am overdue for my cervical screening, which again is something that I did know I was overdue for. I've been putting it off because I'm terrified, and like I know it's really silly. I know it's something like that we all have to do, and it's so important to get it done, but it does scare the crap out of me. And yeah, I've been putting it off for that reason. So she was like, I can book you in for the first appointment tomorrow morning if you like, and you can just get it over and done with. So I was like, fine, okay, let's just do it. Like, I feel like the theme of this week has been putting on my big girl pants and like dealing with health issues. So in that spirit, I was like, okay, let's just go, let's just do it. Came home after that, and I spent the whole rest of the afternoon, evening being so anxious, because I knew that I had this appointment at 8:30 this morning, and I just I couldn't do anything. I just like, the anxiety completely took over me. It got to the point where like, it was like 9:30 in the evening, and I realized I hadn't eaten all day. And that was because of like anxiety more than anything else. Also like that feeling that I didn't want to leave my room, which if you guys remember from like the first vlog I did in this series, I was really scared to like go and cook in the kitchen, and I thought that I had like randomly developed social anxiety overnight or something. I think I realize now that it's this whole like not wanting to go cook in the kitchen and not wanting to like be around other people. I think it's more of a like a symptom of the anxiety. So when I'm feeling anxious, like that's how it's manifesting itself, not that the being around my roommates and cooking and things like that is what's causing the anxiety, if that makes sense. So it's not like a social anxiety, it's just when I'm already anxious about something, it's manifesting in that way. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone other than me, but that's something I kind of realized last night, because I hadn't been feeling that way. Like I've been absolutely fine socializing with my roommates, like cooking in the kitchen. It's been fine for weeks now, until yesterday when I was anxious about something completely unrelated. But that's how the anxiety kind of like made me act. And then as I went for the appointment this morning, and as soon as the appointment was done and over with, that it's gone. I don't feel that way anymore. So yeah. Anxiety is such a weird thing, and I feel like even if you've suffered from anxiety your whole life, it can still suddenly start manifesting in different ways when you're in a new situation, and you just have to constantly like learn to live with it and like learn to adapt and like find new coping strategies. So that is something going forward that I need to keep in mind, and I do need to bear that in mind. It's like I need to find some kind of coping strategy now that I know that, okay, when I'm having an anxiety day, I'm not going to want to leave my room and go cook in the kitchen. So I don't have much freezer space, but I think I might kind of make some like emergency meals and have them frozen in the freezer. So on days when I do feel like that, literally all I have to do is like put something in the microwave for 5 minutes. I think that's the plan going forward. Just have them as like an emergency panic meal. I'm trying to think what else I could do. I really don't know, because I don't want to have to like keep ordering takeaway or something, because that's not healthy at all. And yeah, my overall health is not going to thank me for doing that. So the freezer meals is the only thing I can think of at the moment. But if you guys have any other like coping strategies for when you feel like you want to isolate and you cannot stand to be around other people, please let me know, because this is like a new symptom of anxiety for me. This is like not something I've experienced before. So yeah, help me figure that one out. But the appointment this morning, it went well, even though I was scared. Like, I did cry. I always cry when I have these kind of any kind of invasive procedure. It is what it is. The nurse was really nice, really understanding. She said I'm not like the worst person she's had anxiety wise, and like people do have like even more extreme reactions than that. She gave me a sticker for being brave. So yeah, I think having a nice nurse definitely helps. But again, so glad that I've done that. And yeah, when I start these vlogs like at the beginning of the week, I quite often like don't know what the theme of the vlog is going to be, or like where the week's going to take me. But I think this week has definitely been focusing on health. I feel like health has been like the theme of the week. It's been my big takeaway, has been like looking after your health isn't always kind of about that like Instagrammable kind of thing of like drinking pretty smoothies and like wearing your cute gym set. Like, I wish it was. I wish I could just like do my hot yoga and drink my smoothies and that's it for my health. But like, sometimes you have to do stuff that like you don't want to do. Sometimes you have to like be proactive with like getting doctor's appointments and diagnosis, and sometimes you have to have horrible invasive procedures that you don't want done. A different side of self-care, but just as important as all the other kind of fluffy stuff, I guess. I'm going to say all the more enjoyable stuff. This week was about doing stuff that was like not necessarily enjoyable, but was 100% necessary and needed to get done. And I'm so proud of myself for getting it done, especially stuff that I've been like putting off for so long. And some of the stuff is really big, like the ADHD diagnosis, the taking my first steps towards getting my eggs frozen. Like, those are really big things that I'm doing. And even though I'm very, very like early on in the start of the process with both of those things, and I feel like this is like a journey I'm now going to be on for like the foreseeable future, I think just taking those baby steps is still a big deal and still worth celebrating. So happy for myself that I've done that. So I hope this can serve as a reminder to you, if there's anything health-wise that you've been putting off, go do it. You know, if you know that you haven't been to the dentist in 6 months, go book your appointment. If you know that you're due an eye test, go book your appointment. If you have a feeling you might have something going on that you need diagnosed, go book your appointment. Like, and definitely, if you're overdue your cervical screening, go book your appointment. It's so important that we take care of ourselves, even in the ways that aren't as fun as going to the gym and doing yoga and all those other things. So tonight I am going to do my cozy Friday night routine. I'm going to go to hot yoga. I'm going to come back here. I've already got my food for tonight, so I don't have to worry about cooking. It's already done. I might do a hair mask. I don't know. Like, I'm going to have to wash my hair tomorrow anyway, so I think I'll do a hair mask. And I might watch I've already watched a movie this week, so I think tonight I might just play Animal Crossing or even just read a book. Then we get really cozy. Like, that might sound like a really boring Friday night to some people, but at the moment, I'm really loving my cozy Friday nights, and I have no desire to like go out or do anything. I just want to be cozy. So I think it's because it's winter. So I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I feel like I've made really good progress this week with like goals and just my general well-being. I'm just feeling a lot better than I have been. Yeah, I'd say it's been a good week. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And if you want to see more of this series, make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notifications. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!